focused. A little bittersweet today. Shay, it's her last game in Austin. Been here 5 years. You know, she and I have won a lot of games together. We've had a lot of good times. She doesn't have a bad day. Coach Conrad's in the back there, and I know she appreciates, like I do, those kids that come into the gym every day with a smile on their face. They're low maintenance. They go to class. They just take care of their business. And yet they bring something to the table and they work. And that's Shay Holly. All she's done is helped us win. And it doesn't matter in what capacity. She's just a winner. But she's a great teammate. She's a great Longhorn. She's just somebody that you don't run into very often in your career, as far as when I say the attitude, the work ethic every day, no bad days, no frowns, no, just everything about her. And, you know, you'll miss that when you're a coach. You miss those kids that come in every day and are like that. But I appreciate her. I know our team appreciates her. And she's really impacted the University of Texas women's basketball program. And again, you have to give her credit. She's made herself into a Big 12 all defensive team player, and now an SEC player and a difference player. And so, again, proud of our team. On to the next one. I'm excited to take this group to Birmingham. This is one of my better teams, y'all, and that's why I want it so bad for them. We've got enough. And so I'm excited to have a chance to go play again.
Thanks, Coach. And we're going to stay with questions here in the room unless I see anyone online that would like to ask a question. Use the raise hand function online. First, we're going to start with Danny Davis, Austin American-Statesman. Danny?
Rory, since Vic just gave such a passionate defensive view, I'm kind of wondering, did you enter this postseason at all with a chip on your shoulder since you weren't a finalist for Defensive Player of the Year, only honorable mention on the All-American team? Do you have anything to prove this postseason?
Yeah, I'm completely honored to be on that list with the players that are on there as well, because there's some great players and great defensive players, and it's great to see that people can see my effort on the defensive end. And but I take pride in defense. Like, that's just my thing. Like, it's been like that forever. And coming to play for Coach Schaefer, who takes that same amount of pride, it means a lot to me. And but I'm gonna keep playing, and it's not just me; it's also my teammates. We've joined together, and we've been working a lot on our defense, and it was really great today. And but no, of course, it seems like I want to just play so hard, just knowing that I wasn't playing that tournament last year. It just means a lot to be playing again. So yeah.
Yes, please state your name and affiliation before your question.
Isa Maida, the next. Hi, Jack. As coach had a career day for you, how does it feel for you to see a standing ovation for you as you checked out of the court and the success and recognition you're getting today?
I mentioned this the other day. Moody is an awesome environment. Y'all saw it today, but they've always been here, and it's just awesome to always be around them and to play and have that home court advantage, and also to know that my family's there supporting me in the crowd as well. So I'm just out there having fun.
Sam Ferris from Fansided. Maddie, you had 4 turnovers in the last game, and you only had 2 tonight. What did you do over the last day and a half to really lock in and make sure you're focused for today?
I don't know. Same thing. I just, had to be smarter. I'm kind of mad I did get them those 2 turnovers in the fourth quarter. In locker room, I was kind of fake crying to Coach Schaefer about it. But yeah, I just think that today I made better decisions with the ball, just passing the ball to my teammates, being more aware. I think I just seen the fourth quarter, I got a little a little lazy with the passes and stuff like that. And hey, it's better than 4 turnovers. It's 2 right now. We're gonna keep, getting it down.
Yeah, Kirk Bowles from the Houston Chronicle. Jack, it seemed like your breakout moment. Do you feel that way? And are you scared now that your expectations that Coach Schaefer and your teammates have for you have just really gone through the roof?
No, I've never been scared. I've been prepared for this moment since day one, freshman year preseason training. it's really just my teammates having the trust in me and I'm having the trust in myself. Y'all just saw the most confident version of myself, and it's only up from here. This isn't the only game we have. We have Tennessee coming up, and I'm glad to make contributions, but I know, you know, every game is a different lineup. Every game is a different scout. So just ready for the next one. And no, I'm not scared. I'm quite excited, actually.
Gary Carter, Ball is Life, Coach Schaefer. You got your team.
I'm sorry. We're taking questions for the players only right now, and then we'll have coach once the players are dismissed. Thank you.
I got you. Ladies, your coach got you ready in less than 24 hours to get prepared. Talk about what it means to have somebody that gets you prepared for an environment like this and you still come out and play a top defensive game.
Yeah, I think we've all talked about it at some point. Like, our staff is unreal. The amount of time and energy and effort they put into our scouts, and not just our coaches, but our practice players as well. We have an 8 a.m. shoot around today, and they're in our practice gym early going through Illinois sets and preparing for shoot around, so they can help prepare us, which I don't think you get that everywhere. And we appreciate that so much because they do get us so ready. Like, we feel so confident going into a game because we guarded every set against our guys. And if we're able to do it against guard them, then we feel really good going into the game. But it's really special, just the staff we have and the practice guys. They put a lot of time in, and we appreciate it a lot.
We have time for one final question for the student athletes. So Cedric Golden, Austin American Statesman.
Oh yeah, for Rory and for Shay. Rory, first, what was your plan on one? Because she had a really good game the other night and you guys kept her under wraps. And how exciting is it to be going to Birmingham where there's going to be some of the best guards, including yourselves, in the country in the same gym?
The plan on number one was, just suppress them. They had 6 or 7. That was like 6 or 7 players in their rotations they normally go through. And so we were thinking, okay, if we can wear them down a little bit, they might start making some mental lapses and turning the ball over quite a bit. So she was able to do that. And, when you pressure the ball on the point guard, they're the ones that are kind of starting the offense. So if they can't get into that offense, then it kind of just messes up their offensive flow. And I think as a team that I was on the pressure in the ball and there's denials everywhere. We have our post players 100% perfectly hedging the ball screens and 3 people in help. So it just was beautiful defense today. So I'm just glad that it works out, and we should translate that to the next game. So yeah.
Yeah, it's really exciting going to Birmingham. I think all of us were watching the Tennessee-Ohio State game last night. Obviously, Tennessee is very talented. They have a lot of people that they play different from this team. So, it'll be a different scout, but we'll be we'll be prepared for them too. But yeah, really exciting. It's going to be a lot of good basketball. It's going to be fun.
Ladies, can't thank you enough for your time this weekend. Congratulations again, and best of luck in Birmingham. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
As they exit the podium, just a reminder that the Texas locker room is open, and at the same time, Illinois' locker room is now open as well to the media.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure someone.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to now take questions for Coach Schaefer. First question back there. Please identify yourself and your affiliation, please.
Ryan Homper, TSCB Sports. Coach, looking ahead to this Tennessee matchup, does having already played them this year inform your preparations for such a big game?
Well, I mean, they're obviously playing really well at a high level, and they're a unique team with a unique strategy. So, but I feel like I've got the best point guard in the country, and I feel like Madison Booker's the second. She's 1 and 1A. When it comes to point guards, and I think you can throw Bree in there. I mean, those 3 are the best in my mind, and you're going to have to handle the ball. You're going to have to handle the ball against them, and they're going to try to do their thing. And so, I think we handled it pretty well here. I think we have a pretty good understanding of what they want to do and how they want to do it. They're a really good team, but you better have some guards when you go play against them. And man, I love my guards. Like, I'm not trading them for anybody. again, with Rory and Madison, you've got 1A and 1AA at point, and they they just make really good decisions. And I think we had a great plan here. We had a knockdown drag out with them, and so I know our team will be confident, and so will I. And again, a lot of respect for them. They've had a heck of a year and are playing really well. You go into Ohio State and beat them on their home floor. You got to respect that. It's hard to do. It's hard to go on somebody's home floor and win at this level. So we'll have to be ready to go.
Josh Newman from LoneStarLive.com. Vic, you spoke with a lot of conviction that you believe that this team has enough. Not that you didn't have enough with previous teams, but what is it about this team that you really feel this way going into Birmingham?
Well, I like the depth of my guards, and I love the size that I have inside. And if we can get half of what we got from Jakalinga today at the 4, we're just a different team. And so the playbook gets way bigger when I can play her Justice at the 4 for everybody else. When I go to the 4-guard lineup, the playbook gets a little bit smaller. Now you might think, okay, well, what's that mean? I've seen your playbook. It's a pretty big playbook. So it's not that small, but it does hinder me some. And so I just, when Aaliyah went down, we've just been ham and egging it, so to speak there. And we found a way to win some games. And so I like this team because first it starts with your point guard. We obviously have an unbelievable All-American in Madison Booker. I mean, you saw it today. She is special. And then when you can go down there and have Taylor and Kai, not many people have that. So this is a team that I have a ton of confidence in, and I just, I want it so bad for them. I have to catch myself sometimes because I want them to be perfect, and it ain't gonna happen.
David Eckert, Austin American Statesman. Vic, what do you think went into turning them over 20 times today? I think they averaged 12. I know you've been talking a lot about Rory, but just team wide. What went into that number?
They are really good at pick and roll. And I watched a lot of film on them and people that defended them. And we spent a ton of time yesterday defending their bread and butter. And I think we gave up one pick and roll, but it wasn't to a 5-player. That's it, one time today. And that's their bread and butter. And so we felt like if we could take that away, we'd have a really good chance. And so I'm going to tell you, Taylor Jones and Kyla were so good today, y'all, in pick and roll defense. Way different than they've been maybe all year. But we really talked about it, and we really worked on it and made it a point of emphasis for them. But see, the key is not necessarily you got 2 people in that action, but you got 3 people in help. And you got to get those 3 in the right place. We had the 3 in the right place all day. And so I think when you took away their bread and butter, and then again, Rory's out there, bugging the crap out of one, and then our other guards are out there doing a nice job with ball pressure. It was just really hard for them to run their stuff. And they do, Sean is a great coach. They do a nice job. They run a lot of really good stuff. But I thought we really did a good job of taking them out today.
Brown Horns 24/7. Vic, what does it say about your team that you're this successful and you're not getting much at all from the 3-point line?
Well, again, I think we can make those. We only took 5 today. They didn't really give us that many. And again, it's a lot bigger deal to y'all than it is to me. We're a really good basketball team. And I take offense to the narrative, not in this room, but to the narrative that's out there, you know, we play a third game in 15 hours at South Carolina, score 45 points, and all of a sudden the narrative is everybody's worried about my offense. I don't think anybody was talking about somebody's offense yesterday when they only scored X amount of points. It's such an unfair narrative to my kids. Again, we don't make excuses, but this team's always going to have a chance because they're going to guard. They're always going to guard. And so I like my offense. I think we shot the ball well today. We got some great looks. We missed a lot. You know, we missed a ton of good shots. And so we missed some layups. And so I think our kids are doing a really good job. You want to complain today about my offense, you can blame the fourth quarter on me. I was pulling them back a little bit because I wanted them to work the clock. And when you're up 22 or 3, you know, I've always been that way. So you can blame the fourth quarter on me, but, you know, it is what it is. I'm not too worried about it. I think we've won 33 games, and it's worked pretty good.
We have time for one more formal question being asked here, but I know Coach Schaefer and Jeremy will coordinate things off the podium if you have follow-ups for Coach. Well, the last question will come from Cedric Golden from the Austin American-Statesman. Cedric?
So honored, Barb, so honored to be last. Vic, when you said Jacqueline needs to play within herself, what exactly does that mean?
Yeah, just, you know, not trying to, she can get in trouble trying to do too much sometimes. You know, just today she took, other than the 3 balls she took great shots. They were within the offense. She drove the ball, finished at the rim. She made her free throws. She had 1 turnover. I've seen her come in and touch it 3 times and have 3 turnovers. So that's growth. And so, again, the kid's confident now. You can sit here and look at her. See, the kid, their confidence is not her problem. And I love that about her. You know, you want kids that are fearless, and she qualifies. I just have to get her to pay attention sometimes to understand we have really good players on our team, and some of those players can get a better shot sometimes than the one she might take, or she just she's trying to do too much, and it's not a bad thing sometimes when you're trying to please or help somebody, but when she's just let the game come to her, I can't tell you how many times I heard Coach Blair say that, let the game come to you. And if you'll just let the game come to you, sometimes this is what happens. You're 7 for 10, you're 19 points, you're 5 out of 6 at the line. I mean, and had 1 turnover. I mean, she didn't hurt me on defense, you know, did not hurt us. So, you know, the other night she came in and she struggled defensively. And so it's hard. You know, you're throwing a 3-player into a new position, and that's what we've had to do with her. And that's part of the ham and egging that I'm talking about. And she has really handled it fantastic, in my opinion. She's really been great. And so I'm proud of her. Happy for her that she's able to play as well as she did tonight. Obviously, our crowd loves her and love to see her play well. And you know what? That's what being young and being a student athlete's all about, man. If you can have that happen one time in your life where you come off the floor and people acknowledge your greatness, man, that's special. So I really appreciate our fans today doing that for her, as well as our whole team. Those 4 seniors, they have done a lot here. And Shay, I'm as happy about the win for her as anything, because it's good to see her be able to go out like that. Man, God's good. Barb, you got
Coach,
dinner date, obviously, so I
No,
gotta go.
sir. I just want to thank you, obviously, always for your time, and congratulations to you and your team. Best of luck to you, sir.
Congratulations. Is this it for you?
Oh, no. I'll be back, Coach, unless everybody
Okay.
throws me out, but
All right.
pretty soon.
Good deal.
Pretty soon.
All right.
Yeah, 5 minutes.
Praise
left
the
to
Lord.
go.
Hook 'em horns.
Remember, Coach will be available with Jeremy out in the hallway. Give us 2 minutes, and we'll be set for Illinois momentarily. Thank you. Joined by the Illinois head coach, Shauna Green, and freshman guard Barry Wallace, graduate forward Kendall Bostic. They'll be in momentarily. For those of you that are joining us online, welcome. You will be called on if you do use the raised hand function. So if you do have a question for anyone from Illinois, please make sure to use the raised hand function. Again, the format will be an opening statement from Coach Green, followed by questions for the student athletes. Then they'll be dismissed. Then there'll be time to ask Coach Green for her portion of this press conference and her questions. Thank you. Just wait for Coach for just a quick second. Folks, we are now joined by the University of Illinois for their portion of the second round post-game press conference. We will start with an opening statement from Coach Shauna Green. And Coach, obviously, congratulations on everything you've achieved this year. And can you just talk a little bit about today's game to start us off, please?
Thank you. Just first off, you know, credit Texas. They're a really, really good team. And we knew that coming in. We knew, you know, a lot of the challenges that they were going to present, their pressure, their length, you know, their athleticism, just size across the board. So just a really good team. And, you know, but I'm really proud of our guys for, again, just how we fought. You know, we were right there in the first. Just our second quarter really, really killed us. You can't score only 6 points against a team of this caliber. So, and then, you know, our third quarter was good and we won the fourth. So, but again, what I love about this group and why they're so special is their resiliency, their togetherness, the mindset to just never stop playing. You know, there was times there where they got up big and we just kept our head down and continued to work, continue to fight, and went on a run there late. So, special group. It's been a special journey, you know, throughout this whole season. I could not be more proud of our team, of our senior group, who has just completely revitalized this program and gotten us now to a place that we're sitting here today in you know, the round of 32 and we're there. Our next goal, our next step in this process with this program is we want to get to a Sweet 16, but this doesn't take anything away from this team. You know, and these two to my right and everyone in that locker room, you know, just so proud of them and absolutely love them to death. And that we have nothing to hang our head about.
Coach, thank you so much for that. We're going to now turn for the next portion of the press conference for questions for our two student athletes. Just your name and affiliation to start, please.
Barry Joey Wagner, Illini Inquirer. What makes Texas defensively so difficult to solve?
I think just like their physicality and knowing that they want to get downhill. They have a lot of good players, obviously, so they have a lot of people coming off the bench too, putting up numbers and being a good asset for their team. So just knowing that we have to be physical with them, and then obviously they have a lot of bigs down low. They're taller than us, so just guarding that and trying to push them out and not letting them get what they want.
Kendall Gioviselli from the Champaign News Gazette. Just coach referenced it, but that second quarter, what did you kind of see there that was able to flip the game in Texas's favor?
I think we just started like rushing our shots. We took like the first available shot we got, and sometimes like that's what the other team wants. So I feel like just kind of maybe we should have like slowed it down. I feel like that was the quarter we got the most frazzled by their pressure. And I think in the third and fourth we handled it a little bit better. But I think as a group we've got to be able like on the court to like calm ourselves down and like actually like get into the offense that we want, run it, look for all options, just not the first one kind of thing.
Sam Ferris, Fansided. Kendall, you played against one of the best front courts in the nation today, and you still put up 8 points and 8 rebounds. Can you talk a little bit about your mindset going into today?
Yeah, I mean, it's just honestly another game for me. I mean, I'm undersized in the Big Ten all the time, so I mean, it really wasn't like that big of a deal for me. They're definitely very talented. Like being able to have that rotation of both of them. I mean, I think it's pretty unique. Usually you got like a smaller one, but I mean, they're both just as big. So it was definitely a little taxing having one rotate after the other. But I mean, I thought I handled it pretty well. I did the best I could. And I mean, it was just I looked at it as another game.
The microphone is being passed over now, and we'll have some more questions for our two players momentarily.
Kendall, when you look at what Barry was able to do against some of the top competition nationally, including today, like what did you see from her in those big moments to hold her own as a freshman?
I think a lot of poise and like I think the experience. I mean, like I said before, she's got thrown into the Big Ten play in our rotation. So just being able to rely on her and her have the confidence to do what she does. And she takes it like on her own. Like we're not setting it up for her. She's capable to, drive downhill or make her create her own shot. So just to have that with her and to be able to trust her to do that is huge. And I'm really proud of her that, I mean, she stepped up in big games when we needed her. So I'm really proud of her and really excited to see what she does from here on out.
Barry Giovazelli from the Champaign News Gazette. Just the moment, the tournament for you to have these two games, what can that do for you just in terms of experience and moving forward?
Yeah, I think we'll just use the experience from this year, me and Jazz going into next year, just leading the team and knowing that we've played in big moments before and just taking that and not shy away from the big moments, just keeping poise and just being ready for what comes next year.
Do we have any other questions for either Kendall or Barry? Seeing none, ladies, thank you again. Congratulations on a fantastic season. Best to you in the future. Thank you for being with us. All right, Coach, we're going to turn the rest of the press conference over to you for questions.
The seniors that you guys have, but you look at who is coming back and who is coming in. What's the key to that younger group kind of stepping into the shoes that they've left?
Joey, I don't want to think about that right now, but fair question. No, I've been dreading that locker room talk for a long time with this senior group, and it was as hard as I thought it'd be. It was as emotional as I thought it would be. And then I also told, obviously talk to our seniors, but really talk to our returners as well. And we learned a lot this year, whether people were playing or not. Obviously, with Jazz and Barry playing a ton of minutes and just the expectations. And I told them we're going to be back and we're going to learn from this. And, we're just going to continue to push forward. This is going to be a learning experience for them. They got a great deal of experience, and that's going to pay dividends as we go into next year. So, really proud of obviously seniors, but really excited for the future of this program as well.
Shauna Giovazelli from the Champaign News Gazette. Just what do you think the legacy of this senior group will be, and what do you want it to be?
I keep getting asked that question, and I don't do a good job explaining it because I just don't have enough words to articulate what they actually mean. Like, it's more of a feel. It's more of a, when I'm in there and I just give them a hug, like that feel of just like everything we've been through and what they have done here is just, it's been absolutely amazing. I mean, if I took this job, I think it was 3 years ago, 2 days ago to the day. And if you would have told me then, that we'd be where we're at, I don't know. I probably would have told you you're crazy. I thought it would take some time and there'd be steps to it. But it was a senior group that came in and believed, and we kind of, two stayed. We brought some other guys in. They bought in from the start. They worked every day. We went through a lot. No one ran, everyone just stayed, and they were loyal. They were loyal to our people. They were loyal to the university. They were loyal to the vision. And that's something very unique, especially nowadays. And for that, I'll just forever be grateful for them. And there's no doubt they left a legacy here. They put Illinois women's basketball back to being relevant and back to where we're now, in NCAA tournaments. We won the first postseason championship last year with the WBIT, and their legacy is going to be left in and the culture and the standards and the way they worked every day and the way that they loved this program. And that's going to be something that our younger guys need to take and run with and let this propel us into just bigger and better things.
Coach David Eckert of the Austin American Statesman. I guess I think you got to 20 turnovers today for, I think, the third time this year. What did they do to kind of cause those issues?
Texas defense. I mean, it's what they do, right? And what Vic is known for. And it's just the cumulative effect with it, and more so. And obviously, we're playing 6 people right now and really one true point guard. So that probably doesn't help it, but they're so strong and physical and long. So even when we got some open shots, I think, you're thinking about it a little bit just because of their size and their length. We missed some layups when we got those. You can't miss layups. You can't miss some of those easy shots that we normally make against a team like this. So, a ton of respect for how they play and how hard they play and the physicality with how they play the game. So, but it wears on you.
Sam Ferris, Fansided. Coach, you held a really good team to 65 points. You've got to be proud of your team and your players. Can you talk about how you prepared them to go into this matchup after seeing Texas put up triple digits the other day?
Yeah, I mean, our one thing and I don't even think our defense was great tonight. I thought we had did some things, and credit Texas, their size, they would shoot over us sometimes. We wanted to try to keep them out of the paint and really be more physical with them to where they would Booker's so good. She just rises up. We had some great possessions defensively and she just rises up and shoots over you. So, elite players make elite plays and she's one of them and multiple players are, but I was really, I thought our defense was really solid, which is what we hang our hat on is our defense and our rebounding. But again, you got to put the ball through the basket, and against a team that's so stingy defensively, those missed layups, really, really hurt us. And then we missed some free throws too. We don't normally do that. So it's just, you got to play almost a perfect game offensively, and the turnovers didn't help. So.
Kirk Bowles from the Houston Chronicle. Of all the teams you've played this year, where does Texas stack up, and what do you think of their chances?
Yeah, it's funny because I was thinking that coming into it, and now after feeling them and seeing it live and seeing that defense, and then actually we walked back and our staff, we were talking. I said, "You think Texas can win it all?" And we all said, "Yeah, I do. I think that they have the guard play, they have the size." The pressures, it's just different because even UCLA and USC, their size was the same, but they don't pressure you as much as what Texas does, which for a team, it just takes you out of your rhythm. It makes you think a little bit more. You can't run your stuff as freely. And obviously when you do that, that's a game changer. So I have nothing but respect, for Texas, and I think they can go very, very far in this thing, no doubt about it.
Do we have any other questions for Coach Green? One more. We have time for one more question. Joey?
Sean, I just want to ask you about Barry, and you talked about the other 2 #1 seeds, and she had good games there. And then today, what did she show you this year in those big moments against the length, the talent, the athleticism?
Yeah, just obviously her talent alone, but then the poise, and I've said this all along. She never gets too high, she never gets too low, and she doesn't. It's just the big moments almost the better for her, which is the sign of an elite competitor, and that's what Barry is. I mean, she was huge for us tonight. She's been huge for us all year. We do not have the success that we've had this year without Barry, and she just could not be more proud of her. I mean, as a freshman to do what she's done, and she just continues to grow and get better every single day. But I just think her poise, the confidence which she's been playing with all year, she's just an unbelievable player. Then someone that, we're gonna really need, as we go forward. And this year has just been awesome because she's gotten just such great experience, overall on both ends of the floor and big moments, big games, obviously the NCAA tournament. So the sky's the limit for her, no doubt about it.
Coach Green, thank you so much. We really enjoyed watching your team play this week, and just congratulations on your successes this year, Coach.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
All right, that will conclude our